Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive on in and let's start off with the overall price action. So we are still holding around the $1.11 trillion market cap zone for the entire crypto market. Bitcoin has been fighting the 28K level, which is also why in my video yesterday I said it might be starting, but guess what? We failed to break over 28.5K. Obviously, listen, when we start to see a major impulsive move, we are going to see a pullback. I'm personally waiting to see Bitcoin break over 32K. On XRP, I'm waiting for XRP to break over 56 cents. And these are the key levels on both of these assets that I'm really kind of watching for before we really flip it bullish and get too excited, right? Because during this time, we still need to be extremely adamant about being very vigilant, right? We have to be careful. We can't get too excited. We can't let our emotions cloud our judgment. And I keep saying this all the time. You know, as things get very bullish in this market and you start to see the flood over on Twitter, you start to see the flood over on YouTube, you know, things can cloud your judgment. You need to make sure that you are also having a thought process of your own and you're thinking to yourself, well, are we really in a bull market right now? Are we really starting this massive run up? You really need to have your own thought process because, again, there's levels to watch, one, but you also have to have your own thought process. You have to have your own plan before you even hit that buy button, right? Because it's very easy to buy an asset. It's very hard to know when to sell. You have to have your exit plan. You have to have a plan of action before you even buy anything in this market. But as we do look at this space right now, you know, I'm not too concerned. I've been talking about this for a while, especially even on XRP. You know, one of the things on XRP that I really kind of look at is just the all-time chart all the time. And, you know, as we really kind of look at it on the macro, it's kind of funny because it kind of looks like just a macro bull flag, but obviously that's not the case. It just looks like that because on the log scale it looks a little bit different. But for the most part, we have just been going sideways, even with the recent impulsive move back in July. I'm still waiting to see if we do break below 50 cents and see some nice lows at around like roughly 43 cents or possibly even sub 40 cents, which yes, is still possible. But I personally would like to see us just front run the bears and just go on a massive run to 60 plus cents and possibly even go to the 92 cent macro resistance zone. That would be absolutely huge on XRP's part because I do believe that that is where we will start to kind of see $1 plus being broken on XRP. Outside of that, though, I am looking at the macro as well. And as we do look at the macro, it seems as though mass adoption for crypto is brewing. And it always has been brewing, but I think now more than ever before, we're really kind of starting to see it in a big way, right? So I seen this post by Payments. This is from September 30th. They're talking about unlocking blockchain's value within global payments infrastructure. This is October 5th at 12 p.m. ET. What do you see? The payments landscape is currently undergoing a revolution as innovations around programmability, immutability, and global transaction delivery continue to push the industry forward. And here we have from the few players that will be there. And of course, Pat Thelen, the VP of Global Account Management, will be there from Ripple. Very excited to see this event because I do think that there's going to be a lot of insights on these questions around, you know, how could we unlock the value behind blockchain in the global payments landscape? And we do see the payments landscape is currently undergoing a revolution as innovations around programmability, immutability, and global transaction delivery continue to push the capabilities of the industry forward. While much progress has been made to date, the true intrinsic value of blockchain and crypto have yet to be fully unlocked across the global stage. And I do think that that is what we are really kind of waiting for. We also see that their discussions will be on how Web3 technologies can help meet the gaps that the market is demanding, as well as further enhance the benefits of today's most exciting payment trends. Which, listen, as we really kind of look at the payment sector, I seen a good friend, actually, Tokenizer, put out a tweet and he was like, imagine a world where, you know, for Monday through Friday, the market opens at 9 a.m. and it's open until around like roughly 4 p.m. I forgot the exact words, but he was talking about the stock market, which we all know about, right? And it was very interesting because I thought about it and I'm like, if you actually put it into that perspective, Like here it was, right? Imagine an industry where markets only operate from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Remittances take 2 to 3 days. Asset settlements take 2 business days. 15+% of citizens have no banking access. Oh, wait, that's our current financial system. DLT could never. And this is what I've been talking about, right? Like when you actually put things into perspective like this, mass adoption of crypto is already on its way because these inefficiencies around the current industry, the traditional financial system, is ridiculous compared to what crypto can unlock. And I think that that's also why we are starting to see, these global finance leaders warming up to the idea of adoption of crypto and digital assets. We do see 44% of global finance leaders see use as a payment method as the biggest accelerator for the for the adoption of crypto and digital assets globally. And again, like this is why we are starting to see major moves being made outside of the US, is because they realize the value behind the space, especially when you were talking about, a player like Ripple pioneering crypto solutions around the payment space. And I even said over on Twitter, like, once you change the way that value is moved and settled, like there's no going back. And the value tied to that, it's truly unlimited, right? Like it has unlimited potential. And also the liquidity hub. Today, forward-thinking businesses leveraging both digital assets and fiat require a reliable and scalable source of cost-efficient liquidity. Full transparency, the liquidity hub does not incorporate XRP initially, but we do know from Stuart Alderati, as well as a few other players around Ripple, that yes, they will be incorporating XRP, and I do think that that is going to be sometime very soon, simply because they already said that once XRP is cleared as a currency, that they will be adding it to the liquidity hub. So we're kind of waiting to see if they are going to add it or when they are going to add it, but I do assume that they are going to add it very soon.
At Ripple, we built Liquidity Hub to seamlessly bridge the new world of digital assets with the traditional.
Listen, as we really kind of look at the world of business and enterprise, like we know significant changes already occurring. If you guys do watch my Hedera HBAR videos, then you are obviously aware of this. If you have watched my Casper videos, yes, you are also aware of this. Like the business landscape right now is changing at a very, very fast pace. And beyond this, right, we also know that payments, right, like payments around digital currencies and crypto has become a big deal. For example, right, like in a lot of the areas that Ripple is tapping into, for example, in Africa, less than 10% of payments are digital. And finance leaders in the region are excited to embrace the opportunity of crypto for cross-border payments. Like I always say that the race is on, right? Because it really is. Like these areas around the world, they want to embrace this technology. I mean, listen, if you can save, massive amounts of money, if you could, streamline payments and settlement times and ultimately realize an entirely new world of payments, why wouldn't you? It makes zero sense not to, right? So as we really kind of look at a few things around this, right? I do think that in the next couple months, we will see some pretty big updates around crypto and crypto adoption. Beyond that, the next couple years will completely be reshaped by crypto. I strongly believe it. And I think that this is also why we are starting to see some of the biggest players out there talking about crypto in a spotlight, right? Like they're heavily talking about it in a bullish, spotlight. BlackRock, let it be known, a lot of these big names, they try to manipulate the markets, but I do think that BlackRock also sees the value behind crypto. I think that they realize, like, listen, this thing is not going anywhere. It's going to be around forever. And if we don't realize the value and the potential behind it, well, guess what? It's going to continue to grow because technology doesn't wait for anyone, including regulators as well. So, I do think that, yes, the race is on. And beyond that, I also think that crypto is going to overshadow any and every single asset class out there because it's already disrupting trillions and hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of value, including like real estate, which is a $300 trillion plus asset class. And beyond this, right, we are already kind of starting to see major adoption from governments and from businesses. Like, for an example, here we have from September 19th, Indian state government spur blockchain adoption in public administration. This was a big one. And by the way, within this, we know that at the bottom here, India is one of the fastest growing blockchain markets globally, with over 56% of Indian businesses reporting an inclination towards adopting blockchain technology. With a developer base of a whopping 10 million, the Indian talent pool has been recognized globally by leading Web3 firms with the aim of fostering Web3 innovation and growth. Think about that. 56% of the businesses in India are already tapping in to blockchain adoption. Like, this is huge. And here we have that report, by the way. It's from May 31st, 2022. So imagine how much adoption has happened today besides 2022, right? Because we know 2023 has been a massive year, specifically around tokenization. And we even see, like crypto or not, central banks need to prepare. The BIS Innovate head says. The jury's out on cryptocurrencies, but tokenization could be revolutionary, BIS says. And this is where we start to kind of see things changing, right? Because tokenization it's kind of just a glorified term for adopting technology, right? Because tokenization, it's a huge area of opportunity. I've talked about it. But beyond that, right, we know that they want to tap into this technology. We know that they want this technology because they see the value behind it. And we even see like crypto and decentralized finance have offered a glimpse of tokenization's promises. But crypto is a flawed system. That's what they always say, by the way, that cannot take on the mantle of the future of money. This is what researchers wrote in the report titled BIS Blueprint for the Future Monetary System, which we dived deep into. And what we found was that's complete nonsense. They actually found out that there's a ton of use case potential by connecting APIs to a central bank platform. And remember what I've said about this. The central bankers will FUD your bags to oblivion just to adopt in their CBDC system because they want full control. But beyond that, we do see if the future is tokenized, if we're going to, a future where we will have tokenized assets on a broad scale, what would that mean for central banks? What sort of infrastructure do you have to have? And this is where they start talking about their central bank platform. Beyond that, they want to tap into this technology. They've already talked about how a private and public sector collaboration is crucial. And they even talk about cross-border payments. Blockchain could enable faster, simultaneous, and safer cross-border payments. Again, really kind of hinting at the idea of like, listen, although we're telling you that crypto is useless, guess what? It has incredible value. Like, it makes zero sense. These central bankers, I'm telling you, they always want to push their stupid agenda around how they need control. They need to retain anchor and all this nonsense. But we've already debunked that. Also beyond that, right? Just recently, the Federal Reserve released a paper on benefits of tokenization of real world assets, which was huge. And we even see like tokenizations have the potential to provide a variety of benefits, including granting investors access to markets that are otherwise inaccessible or costly to enter. For example, real estate tokenizations might allow for investment in a fraction of the underlying asset, with investors able to purchase shares in specific commercial buildings or residential investments, as opposed to real estate investment trust, where investors own shares of a portfolio of real estate investments. So yeah, I mean, like, this is a big deal, and this continues to go on to talk about the benefits behind this and how big of a game changer it could be. And we do see currently the scale of tokenization is quite small, both when taken together or when measured relative to the market size of each token's reference asset. However, many projects involving various categories of reference assets are in development, suggesting that tokenization may become a larger part of the digital asset ecosystem. And yes, I do actually believe that it will be. And, you know, the XRP ledger is primed for this. And we've been talking about that for a while. And I'm actually very excited to see Ripple really kind of engage on those tokenization areas of opportunity, because that means that a lot of that value is going to be coming onto the public XRP ledger, which is immediately going to affect XRP's supply and demand ratio. I'm very excited for that. And also beyond this, even Citigroup launches new blockchain-powered tokenization service for institutional clients, a boost to crypto adoption. Like, this has all been happening in September. This is also why I say, like, going back to the initial viewpoint of this video, right, where I was talking to guys about the prices, like, the one thing to focus on isn't specifically price. And I've always said this on my videos, and it might make some of you mad because you're probably sitting there like, Nick, what do you mean don't focus on the price? I don't focus on the price action in the space. I actually focus on the fundamentals happening behind the scenes, because a lot of the fundamental updates that we are seeing within this sector is, you know, we are seeing big moves being made from the institutional side of things and the business side of things and even the government side of things. And I think that if you only focus on one thing like price, it's going to cloud your judgment. It's going to cloud your thought process. You're not going to be able to focus on the actual big moves being made. And, you know, as we really kind of look at mass adoption of this technology, it's already happening, right? Like, mass adoption is, I really think that we're on the edge, right? Like, we're on the edge of a massive move into the retail sector where, you know, we're tapping into people even though they don't realize it, right? Like, imagine people shopping on Amazon, and Amazon moved their, you know, processing onto a DLT rail, right, for payment processing. How many people will be immediately affected by that? How many people would we tap into? Beyond that, like, if you tap into that market, e-commerce, it is such a huge area of opportunity, and crypto is already tapping into that. So this is what gets me very excited about mass adoption, is like, if you disrupt one sector, it could ultimately blossom into mass adoption immediately. Like, that's how exciting this space is. And it's all back-end technology anyways. Like, XRP is technically back-end technology where people don't realize that they're actually using XRP. That's the most interesting thing around some of this technology. And that's what I look forward to in terms of like mass adoption. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because I'm on free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.